I will try to give you some insights about how to play better in team objectives. These tips are actually for beginners or average casual players, but anyone who can watch it. And sorry for my accent being a little weird, I'm not native speaker. Focus on survival rather than kills. Well, for beginners, I guess this is the most important tip. Focus on to stay alive more than getting couple kills and die quickly. Because on defense, the worst thing you can do to your teammates is making them outnumbered. It may not sound so awful when the competing numbers are, for example, 7 versus 10, but even 7 versus 10 means there will be 3 of your teammates will do 2 versus 1. And most players will probably lose 2 versus 1 except they're lucky, they're good, or the enemy has low health. And when that 3 person who has outnumbered 2 versus 1 has died, the remaining 4 person on defense will get outnumbered even more and eventually die to snowball effect. So if you're a newbie, it's much better than to survive a minute and even with no kills instead of surviving 10 seconds and get a kill or if you. And even if you die after defending and staying alive for a minute, your teammates' reinforcement will arrive and now their time for defending the objective. Don't forget, time is working against the attackers and simply holding the line and burning time is very important for the win. Hold the choke points as long as you can. There are some choke points on maps like narrow gates, crosses, bridges, etc. These narrow crosses are very strong defense points, especially if your team is committed to. Even 10 men can hold against 30 men, because very few can fight at the same time and you can easily block or burn the passage as well. So if you guys come across a choke point, defend at all costs. Place spike traps or walls if possible. Hold the enemy as long as you can. Make them lose time or even lose the game. Use classes and weapons which favors new players. Some weapons and classes favors new players more than others. For example, a heavy shielded knight. Since you are new to this game, you won't be able to counter the attack. But heavy shield is your savior because it negates the majority of stamina damage, so you can go much longer without countering. Other than that, you can also play with a Vanguard Raider because it has more stamina than Knight and 2 throwable Dane Axe for easy, cheesy kills. You can also pick up any weapon from the ground as well because you have now 2 main weapon slots instead of 1 secondary. Use your signature abilities wisely. Let it be a heal medkit, banner or trumpet. Try to use it wisely rather than use it in the moment when they're ready to use. For example, medkits heal only a single person unlike banners or trumpets. But they reload faster and you can use them especially on players who play good and experienced. So them staying alive will be more beneficial for you and for your team as well. For banners, you can put them a little behind those easy to hold choke points where enemy cannot reach, but the men fighting on the line will get killed meanwhile fighting. Couple of banners combined behind a strong line is really good. About the trumpets, it has a very good ability to heal so many people near you. So you can use it when you see your team in a crucial point of the defense and lots of people are in need for healing. And I forgot to mention about oil pots. It may take some time to learn how to throw them properly in distance. But to use them wisely, you can burn those choke points where enemy try to pass, even though no one dares to pass and no one burns. You can block entry and gain enough time for your reinforcements to arrive. You can also burn objectives where enemy team needs to push a column or something. And last, you can burn either enemy lines or a very skilled and experienced player that you saw who's dealing a lot of trouble for your teammates and slaying many. Different situations, different weapons. In some situations, positions and map favors different weapons and classes. For example, if there's a long line fight greatsword, halberd, or executioner axe is good choice. But if you aren't doing a line fight, but instead defending in multiple areas with mobility, space, it's better to use faster, easier weapons which favors 1 versus 1. For example, longsword, fast axes, or one-handed fast weapons are both lethal and easy to use. Also, if you have halberd or greatsword as your first weapon, don't afraid to switch your secondary weapon from time to time when situation requires. Of course, you can also get very good at these weapons and use them so efficiently. Killing fast weapons enemies with slow weapon in tight spaces is doable, but only if you put enough time and patience to learn it. Well, thank you for listening this far. These may not be the genius tips, but it may be beneficial for those who don't know the game and struggling. If you like this kind of video, please don't forget to like and comment what you think about it. See you on the next video.